What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another YouTube video on the channel. The balance changes just came out tonight, and I spent a little bit of time on this video. That's why this video is airing late, to make sure I had some decent decks for you guys to use before I gave you guys really good decks tomorrow onto the channel. But that's what's going to be playing for the gameplay that you are watching on the screen. But let's just jump right into this video and get into the balance changes. The mini changes: we have the Swordsman, HP increase from 6 from 5. Okay, so that's a pretty big buff right there to the Swordsman. It's going to get 1 HP, and then the super energy reduction is going to go from 5 to 4. So that's a nice little buff there to the super as well. Hopefully the Swordsman will now be viable inside of Clash Mini. Next up, we have the Musketeer, HP increased to 8 from 7. Nice. So the Musketeer is getting a little bit more tanky, but that never really was a problem for the Musketeer. The hit speed increase is going up by 0.1. That's going to be very big for the Musketeer. It's going to be able to get off its super faster. Nice buff right there for the Musketeer. Miner, hit speed per upgrade increased to 0.2 from 0.15. Okay, so a little bit of buff there for the Miner. I think it still isn't tanky enough to really be super useful, but we'll see. And wait to see, because honestly we need backline minis to stop the Dark Goblin. Archer, HP increased to 5 from 4. Nice buff here to the Archer. Hit speed increased to 0.6 from 0.5. Another big buff to the Archer here. The Archer going from 0.4 to 0.6 now, but it is going to drop to 0.5 when archery is enabled. This is a big buff for the Archer. The Archer probably is going to be somewhere in the meta after this. Spear Toss, damage increased to 5 from 4. HP increased to 5 from 4. Hit speed per upgrade increased to 0.2 from 0.15. Big buff here for the Spear Goblin. I don't think it's going to be meta yet, but I think it's definitely going to be a pocket pick for some people, and definitely could show its face once or twice in this meta. Battle Healer, HP reduced to 10 from 11. Hit speed per upgrade increased to 0.2 from 0.1. Energy cost reduced to 7 from 8. Huge buff here for the Battle Healer, especially at 1 star. This Battle Healer is going to be absolutely massive. The energy cost reduction and the hit speed is definitely going to be nice, especially at a 1-star Battle Healer. Battle Healer definitely is going to be overpowered, because in a little bit we're going to show you why healing even got even more of a buff in this update. Healing Ranger, hit speed increased to 0.7 from 0.6. Hit speed per upgrade increased to 0.15 from 0.1. Big buff here for the Healing Ranger. There's really no other way around it. Healing Ranger, the hit speed increase and the hit speed per level increase is just going to be able to get off its super and heal faster. Skeleton Guard is next up. HP reduced to 5 from 8. So it's like almost like a rework to the Skeleton Guard. Energy cost to super reduced to 4 from 6. Huge here, because the guard has all been about shielding, which means it's almost going to get off his shield guaranteed now. Hit speed increased to 0.5 from 0.4. Much faster hit speed. Shield up, shield increased amount to 7 from 6. And then we have the Iron Shield bonus, shield amount reduced to 5 from 6. This is a huge buff for the guard. The guard is going to be able to get off its shield, and it's definitely going to be able to be massively valuable at 1 star and potentially 2 stars as well. Big buff here for the guard. Gotta say, love the changes. Prince, stun penalty for missing the charge reduced to 2 seconds from 3 seconds. So a little bit of buff here for the Prince. Hit speed per upgrade increased to 0.2 from 0.15. A little bit of a buff to the Prince here. I don't think it's going to be meta, but it might be in a deck or two. It is a slight buff, less penalizing you for when you miss. Wizard, Spicy reduces 50% of the healing effect instead of fully preventing of the healing. Interesting to know here that if the Wizard puts Spicy onto, let's say, a Wave Master or anything that's healing for 1 HP, it will not take effect. Just FYI for everybody as far as that is concerned. Giant Skeleton, bigger bomb now affects a smaller radius area, range 2. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to show you the area onto the screen right now. It's going to be showing up. I'm going to edit it in there, so you're going to see exactly what that looks like. The red dot is the giant skeleton. HP per upgrade reduced to 2 from 3. Hit speed reduced to 0.3 from... I can't even talk. From 0.35. Okay, Dark Goblin. HP reduced to 5 from 6. Hit speed reduced to 0.55 from 0.6. So this is a pretty big buff, or should I say nerf, to the Dark Goblin here. It's getting a little bit too strong for the meta, but there is going to be a hero that's going to completely counter the Dark Goblin, and we're going to be going to that in just a second. Golden Giant HP reduced to 12 from 13. A little bit nerfy to the Golden Giant. I actually like the Golden Giant to where it was, but they are giving a nerf to the Golden Giant. Hit speed reduced to 0.3 from 0.35. Big nerf to the Golden Giant here, in my opinion. Didn't really need it, but you know, a lot of people were complaining about it, so it's okay. Let's nerf it, and then let's adjust after the nerf. Mini Pekka HP per upgrade reduced to 2 from 3. Pretty big buff here, or should I say nerf here for the Mini Pekka, because the Mini Pekka is going to lose 1, potentially 2 HP if you upgrade it to 1 or 2 stars. Could be big in the future. I mean, it had 18 HP, I believe, at 3 stars. Now it only has 15. That is a very big difference. Fisherman. Hook no longer stuns an enemy. That's pretty big because as you're hooking it to the back line, Valkyries can immediately go off and everything. So that's actually very key that it no longer stuns anything. HP reduced to 6 from 10. So now if you miss your hook, you're going to get penalized very, very heavily because the Fisherman doesn't do anything besides hooking. Hit speed reduced to 0.3 from 0.4. So now the Fisherman is almost useless unless you hit the hook. I think this is going to take out the Fisherman from the meta. I think it's still going to be a decent hero, or should I say mini. I think what the Fisherman is going to be used for is decks that have only 4 minis that are needed. It's going to be a pocket pick where in round 4, round 5, you try to steal a round with putting a Ghost Fisherman, which means you don't show the Fisherman until it's time and they have no idea it comes out, and you're like, surprise! You hook somebody, probably in competitive play. This might be a strategy going forward. I really think that that might be something that is going to happen in competitive play in the future, where the Fisherman is going to just get a hook in round 3, round 4, round 2, wherever it is, and it's going to steal a round and really put the person in a good position. Because of that, then they're going to sell their Fisherman and get rid of it. Hero changes are next. World Champion attack range reduced to 3 from 4. Infinite shield bouncing range reduced to 3 from 4. Bouncing shield stun duration reduced to 0.5 from 1 second. Pretty much reverting almost the World Champion to where it was previously before it got buffed, but it did get 0.1 second buff still on to the bouncing shield. I think these are good changes for the World Champion. The World Champion was really strong before. Now it is going to get back to that stage, no longer the super overpowered stage that it's in now. Shield Maiden. Magnetic shield now will taunt all enemies and last for 4 seconds. Crazy. Dark Goblin, that's a mile away. Guess what? It's getting taunted to my Shield Maiden and it's just going to destroy itself. This is great. I honestly love that the Shield Maiden is doing this. The only thing that's really going to stop it is the Mini Pekka or 2 damage minis. I think this is a very big buff to the Shield Maiden. I think the Shield Maiden might become meta. Willpower now grants 3 energy from 2. This is also very, very important because as it is supering, everything now is targeting it. So if anything destroys itself onto the Shield Maiden, it's going to get 3 energy from that and going to be able to super again afterwards. Big buff right there for the Shield Maiden. Next up, we have the Archer Queen. The Archer Queen. Okay. The Archer Queen's base day speed is increasing to 7 from 6. Inspire now grants 30% attack speed, increased from 20% attack speed. Okay, so this is just a big buff for the Archer Queen. Gotta love to see it. Archer Queen finally getting some love there. And then last up, we have the Barbarian King based HP, or should I say hit speed, increase to 0.85 from 0.8. Nice little buff here to the Barbarian King. I don't think it's going to do a lot, but I think the Barbarian King will be somewhere in the meta now that you're going to see a lot of Shield Maidens, a lot of Archer Queens, and a lot of those minis. But guys, thank you so much for watching this YouTube video. Hope this helped you understand the balance change a little bit, who got buffed, who got nerfed. But I'm going to be coming out with guides, deck guides, and everything like that coming out in the future of this video. I also played a 1v1 versus Negan that I'm probably going to have to get out somewhere because, I mean, he's the #1 player in the world as well. We have a lot of edited content coming at you. But thank you guys so much for watching this YouTube video. I love each and every single one of you guys. I'll see you guys next time.